Where in the world is all the time? So many things I still don't know. So many times I've changed my mind. Guess I was born to make mistakes, but I ain't scared to take the weight. So when I stumble off the path, I know my heart will guide me back. Ooh, hey, I'm trying to decide which way to go. I think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere. Ooh, hey, ooh, I'm trying to decide which way to go. I think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere. And didn't you know, tried to move, but I lost my way. Didn't you know, stop to watch my emotions sway. Didn't you know, knew the toll, but I would not pay. Didn't you know, see you never know where the cards may lay.
All right. That
That is
was
our
long.
brand new intro.
That
I
was
know,
long.
right? I put you up because we kept getting flagged on YouTube. Like, this is somebody else's song. I'm like, y'all just now doing this shit?
Wait, what the other, like with the intro without the music that was getting flagged?
Yes. They kept
I didn't
flagging
know.
it.
Oh, so where did you find this one?
This is an acapella cover. You know, it's not copyrighted or anything. So
Okay.
yeah. And girl, here's the thing, it's two white girls singing this shit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I like that. That was nice.
I thought that was cute. I was like, okay, so Erykah Badu shit. Still not Erykah Badu shit. All right. Well, hello everybody. We missed y'all.
Yes, thank you for tuning in to Peaches and Dream podcast on this lovely Wednesday, hump day, April 6th, 2022. Yes. Yeah, it's been a while because I think we missed last week, but we're here this week. We're here.
Yep. So let's jump right into this ratchet shit. It like literally some ratchet shit happened last night into this morning. This T.I. mess, you know, I gotta share my screen. Let me go ahead and share the screen.
Oh yeah, the T.I. and Lauren Knight, which is a comedian out of Atlanta. So go ahead and share what you're going to be sharing, and then we'll give our 2 cents on it.
Let me make sure y'all can see it. Okay. Let me turn it up too.
There was no fucking crime. There is nothing to charge me for. Or no, shut the fuck up for a second. Hey, listen. No. As many times as you joke on that shit, nigga, I'm gonna check your motherfucking ass as long as it takes. Nigga, when you stop talking about it, when you stop playing with me and mine, I'ma stop saying something. Nigga, ain't no motherfucking case, ain't never been no motherfucking case, cause I ain't did nothing wrong, and my wife ain't did nothing wrong. And if you keep on playing with me, nigga, I'm gonna motherfucking continue to confront you publicly, verbally.
First of all, happy Award Day. We've never had a forum on crime. T.I.'s innocent. I truly believe it. Get it up for him. There is no charge.
I don't want to hear none of that shit. Don't play with me about that.
I haven't put his
Hey. Don't play with me about that.
I'm not. The one thing I am is a comedian. I'm not playing with you. See, now you're getting misunderstood. This is not a rap battle. This is not that. This is a motherfucking comedy show. And be clear, if I want to make jokes about something, I'll make jokes about something. Absolutely. No, you're not going to tell me to shut the fuck up. It's my shit. This is my shit. Be very clear. This is my
No way.
You see this ghetto ass bullshit that niggas like.
Alrighty.
You see this ghetto ass shit that niggas like to do when they guilty as fuck.
Yeah. The thing about it is that, oh boy, I don't know what life is gonna be like in the next like 5 years, but they are basically making everything to where I feel like it's like you can't even joke about nothing, like whether he did it or not. It's like how people joke about OJ. You know, OJ Simpson. People make jokes about that all day long. It's like whether you did it or not, it's like you basically like people are gonna joke about what they want to joke about regardless. So it's like now people just going off on comedians. It is ridiculous. I don't think he should have been that disrespectful. He should have just sat there and laughed his ass off and just like, okay, but you doing all of that.
Well,
Like,
speaking of him sitting there, okay, so here's the backstory. Apparently, he approached her before about having, his allegations or whatever in her act because T.I. is trying out comedy, right?
He is?
Yes, he's been doing comedy for, let me say, the past 6 months, I guess. And he's been like doing like little small clubs for free, to get the experience. And he was out in LA and he was talking about, his family and life and stuff like that, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But my thing is, if you're doing comedy, or if you are somebody who a comedian is talked about, it doesn't fucking matter. If somebody wants to talk about you, they can. That's their First Amendment right. You can't tell somebody what the fuck to talk about in their stand-up routine. They write jokes because, for a reason, so it can be authentic. What the fuck are they going to do? Right? Tell somebody else's jokes and steal jokes. So that's what the fuck this young woman is going to do. She's going to, say whatever the fuck she wants to say. Instead of you getting offended, here's what the fuck T.I. did. He knew that she was going to be there because that's her regular nightclub. And that's the comedy show that she hosts every night, one night only. You see how she got like her last name in it? So he knew she was going to be there. So what he did was he rolled up probably just to see if she was going to talk about him. And here's what the fuck he did. This nigga creeping around the damn back of the where is it? Okay. Get the sound.
Got twisted. Never called you out your name. Never called you a bitch. You give me a video where I called you a bitch, I give you $1 million. Where I call you a bitch at?
Look at this shit.
Where did I call you a bitch?
Now here's
I never called you no.
Here he is right here.
You see where the got twisted? Never.
You see how they bleeped it out? So this idiot, he gonna go into the fucking comedy club trying to see if she was talking about him in her routine, and she was, and he decided to heckle her, not knowing that the fucking camera was in his face the whole time. So this stupid motherfucker gonna go on live talking about some, if I called you, because she was on his live after the whole, debacle happened. So she was on his live and she was like, well, you called me a bitch. He gonna talk about something. Well, if I called you a bitch, give me a video where I called you a bitch, because he didn't know that he was being recorded. He was like, I'll give you $1 million. So when the Shade Room got that video from the club, everybody was like, okay, well, then you need to fucking pay her then. Plus you were being disrespectful. Now, really?
It's breaking.
Really? Huh? What'd you say? Juanita? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello? I'm like, hello.
Yeah.
Okay. I had to turn off my Wi-Fi because for the first time ever, I got a message saying something about the connection. It says, if you're on Wi-Fi, move closer to the router. I've never seen that message before.
Oh.
Yeah. But we just switched from Spectrum to AT&T. I don't know why they gonna go and do that. But that was the first time I ever seen that error. But anyway, I can hear you now. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
But yeah, this idiot, he gonna talk about some if I called you a bitch, show me a video where I called you a bitch. And the video said that not the video, the club said that video, I guess, to the Shade Room, and they posted it because he clearly called her a bitch because he was heckling
he told her to shut the F up and everything.
Yes. But that was when he got up to the stage. He was heckling her. He was heckling her from the back of the crowd, not knowing that he was being recorded the whole fucking time with sound. So when he yelled out, bitch, thinking, nobody was, thinking it was going to be him. He didn't think he was going to get caught. There he was calling her a bitch. And he was like, well, if I give me a video where I called you a bitch, he was like, I'll give you $1 million. So now everybody on the Shade Room is like, give her fucking money because you was mad disrespectful. And then that video when he ran up to the stage, my thing is, how come security didn't do anything? This is her comedy show. I don't give a damn who the fuck he is. I don't give a damn who he is. I don't give a damn if he's a rapper. None of that shit. Y'all can't cancel all that shit. Why the fuck did you let this nigga run up on stage, snatch her microphone, put his hands on her like that was his set? He up there talking like, yeah, we don't had this talk.
And then she's a female on top of all of that.
Talking about some, yeah, we done had this talk before and blah, 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 blah. And I done told her, well, first of all, you don't tell her what the fuck to talk about. You don't tell her shit. If you get offended, that's on you. Maybe if you haven't done anything to get charged or get sued, you wouldn't be fucking offended. He up there talking like a damn used car salesman. There was no evidence. There was no case because I didn't do anything and my wife didn't do anything. Leave me in mine. Well, if that's the case, then the next time you're doing stand-up, you shouldn't be talking about anybody else except you and yours. You and Miss Piggy, don't say shit about anybody else because somebody else might get offended about what you say about them. You don't want nobody running up on stage when you doing your shit looking like a fucking 5th grader with that little ass outfit on. What the fuck? Looking like a 12-year-old boy. And then he puts his fucking hands on her. That's what security should have been bum rush the fucking stage.
Yeah, they just getting out of control. And like I said, it's sad because they started with Dave Chappelle. Like they try to control Dave Chappelle's jokes or whatever. But Dave Chappelle don't give a fuck about nothing. He gonna do what he wanna do regardless with no remorse. Because at the end of the day, it's like it's a freaking joke. It's a joke.
I think it started way before Dave Chappelle because niggas been rushing comedy stages for years, but now it's to the point where everything's being recorded, and we have cell phones because comics they've been talking shit for years, but that's their job. They put whatever's in the news in their comedy act. So when she said, when she responds to him saying, yeah, nigga, talk about those charges, that's when you want to get bucked.
Mm-hmm.
So Lovely T posted it on her page, and I was like, I want him to roll up on the right person and see what the fuck happens. And somebody was like, well, he walked up on Floyd Mayweather and, you know, he kept that same energy. I was like, okay, well, Floyd Mayweather probably didn't feel like fighting. But T.I.'s gonna walk up on somebody that's going to show him what the fuck it is. Since you a damn fucking gangster and, you know, you the king of the South, nigga. Okay. All right. Somebody got a cane right in a holster that'll blast your royal ass the fuck out. So that shit really pissed me the fuck off. I mean, she handled that, you know, the best way she could, but you know, female comics or anybody else, you know, they need some fucking pepper spray on stage because I wish someone would walk up on me, tell me what the fuck to talk about in my shit. And T.I. is a super fucking snitch. You talk about this damn case. When the feds and the ATF caught him with all them damn guns, this nigga read it out who fucking sold him the guns. That motherfucker's in prison. You a whole fucking snitch, bitch. The fuck?
Yeah.
And then he was doing Crime Stoppers commercial. Like, stop it. Stop the fucking pressure. Woo, girl.
Yeah, I think that it's a little excessive to be sitting there getting mad over a joke. And then mind you, it's even worse that he's actually getting into into that field anyway. And then I feel like based off of the fact that they're all like from Atlanta in that area, that's something that she's gonna joke about because it's something that's local that they all understand and can laugh about and joke about and talk about. You know?
Exactly.
Oh boy, but yeah.
Oh, ooh, that got me heated. Girl, I saw that. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on before. Damn. Anyway. What the fuck? Okay, Will fucking Smith cannot.
Okay, first we gotta
to himself.
The Will Smith and the Chris Rock. You gotta play the slap.
Oh my god!
So we can refresh our memories because we're a little late, but we need a whole refresher.
Yes.
And then we go
like doing like stories like after the fact because we can start from the very beginning, and then come to where we are now. Uncensored. Where's the full clip? Okay.
Yo, we are back. I just found something even better, boys. Take a look at this. Hit that like button and subscribe because you're about to miss out on some goodies. We're about to turn up over here. So we just...
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem.
Oh shit. Oh wait. View tab. Okay, is it on? Where's this? Okay, there it is.
Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please.
He's talking about another couple in there, wife. Why you on your period?
Jada, G.I. Jane 2, can't wait.
I don't understand the G.I. Jane reference.
Wait.
She doesn't like joke.
Huh?
I said it's echoing.
Oh, because
and it's commentary over it too. Is that a guy?
Yeah.
Oh, because I keep hearing echoing, and then I heard somebody else talking. I'm like, wait. Okay.
You know,
okay, here it is. Okay. I think it was echoing because my thing is on.
Got the hardest job tonight. Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated.
Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay.
Then look, he was about, he was
Is
about,
it more to this video? Because a lot of people was questioning if it was fake. But then what made me realize it's not fake, because he was like, okay, when he started to, get back into character of hosting, he says, oh, yeah, so tonight we're here to present this documentary. I mean, like, you knew he was off.
he smacked the words out of his fucking mouth. That's what
He's
happened.
like, I mean, Oscar.
minute,
Oh, boy.
That was
Here it is.
greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay.
They didn't play it. I guess the slap was more, important.
Yeah. Well, he did like fumble and mess up his words a little bit, but then he got it together. Oh, okay.
Because he presented the words to that documentary that Questlove had produced, because Questlove had won the Oscar, and then he was standing there. You should have seen the look on his face, like, well, I got hit, it was just mad fucking awkward. Like, okay, so let's start at the beginning. Do you think Will Smith set us back when it comes to getting awards and being on TV and in Black Hollywood? Do you think he set us back?
I don't think he set us back, but I don't think that what he did was right, because at the end of the day, like, I don't feel like Chris Rock dragged anything for him to really be that mad. And the other thing is that a lot of people, like, honestly, just to answer your question, because I'm about to go in with my 2 cents, but I don't think that he set us back, because I don't feel like, oh yeah, they're gonna judge us based off of his actions. Then another thing is that another reason why I don't feel like, oh yeah, they're gonna, that's gonna impact anything with Black people in general, because you have to keep in mind that Will Smith is somebody who's you've never heard of Will Smith doing anything like that ever. So it's not like, oh yeah, he just keeps bringing drama, out in the scene. Well, aside from his relationship shit, but his relationship shit doesn't define who he is as a person or who he is as a comedian, because everybody goes through relationship shit. It's just that unfortunate. It's unfortunate because they talk about their little whatever they got going on a little bit too much, and people judge them off of that. But when it comes down to I know he was provoked about something else, and he was just wanting to pick on somebody like Chris Rock, because it depends on who was up there. He wasn't going to do that. Now, say for example, like, Chris Rock, he's a comedian, but he's not dragging it. How some people, like, say for example, if that would have been Dave Chappelle, right?
Yeah.
Oh, bald-headed ass motherfucker. Oh, if he would have been on stage saying stuff like that, then oh yeah, I would have understood a slap. But when he said G.I. Jane, for one, I barely got the joke. I still don't really get the joke. I don't know if they're talking about like how they had the little G.I. Joe figures, but I don't know. I don't
No,
get the
they're
G.I.
talking
Jane.
about okay, back in the 90s, Demi Moore, which is Bruce Willis' ex-wife, she did a movie about a woman joining the military, and instead of G.I. Joe, they called her G.I. Jane. So what they called the movie G.I. Jane. So what Demi Moore did for the movie, because it was like military base, and she was dealing with a lot of sexism and stuff like that. She shaved her head bald. So that's what Chris Rock was comparing Jada to. It was like, oh, bitch, you look like you about to film G.I. Jane 2. That's what the fuck he meant. But you can see Jada's
Girl.
face. She didn't like that shit because apparently, not apparently, Jada says that she's been battling alopecia. And when they came, and when, everybody got privy to that after the fact, everybody was like, well, we didn't, a lot of people didn't know, but
Right. We didn't know.
she came out with it publicly though. So a lot of people think, oh well, because Chris Rock is in the Hollywood sector and because they're all friends, he should have known. Because how the fuck can you not know? And then why the fuck would you make that joke? And another aspect of it, people were saying, why would he make that joke about a black woman in her hair, knowing that black women are sensitive about our fucking hair and the shit that we go through in Hollywood with our looks. So that's another layer to it. So that's another
But
reason why
another thing though, right,
yeah.
is that you have to keep in mind that most black women, especially if you got money like that, nobody had to have known if she had the alopecia, because for one, I didn't even know she had it.
But she
Two,
went
if she
live
was
with it.
honestly, you would have to really, really follow her to know that, because I didn't know that. But another thing is that if somebody had alopecia and they didn't want, and they was quote unquote ashamed of it, they would wear a wig. It's people with full heads of hair that wear wigs. You understand? That
Yeah,
got
but why she gotta
perfectly
wear a
normal
wig?
hair.
I mean, she may seem like she's comfortable with it on the outside, but because her hair is falling out and she's bald for medical reasons, because before then, I mean, of course, she rocked a short look because she has the perfect face for it. But how do we know that she wanted to rock her own natural hair? Like, you can't tell somebody what to be sensitive about when it comes to them and their body parts and their illnesses and stuff like that.
Yeah, but what I think is that if she wasn't comfortable with it, she definitely could have been wearing a wig. And then not only, like, not to say that, oh yeah, I feel like she has, or she could have wore a wig if she really wanted to, but she clearly really wanted to wear her hair out. You get it? At
Yeah,
least that's how I see it.
but how the hell is she supposed to know? Like, ooh, let me wear a wig so Chris won't make fun of me. Like, when
Hmm.
I think for him to have made that movie Good Hair about black women and their hair and what the fuck they go through, and had an actual alopecia um person, somebody with alopecia in that damn movie. I'm not saying I don't know whether he knew or not, but if he knew, that was a cheap shot. The joke was lame anyway. But you should have had a little bit more self awareness about who the fuck you were talking about and why you were making that joke.
But
So
listen, I honestly don't feel like he was out of line with the joke at all, because at the end of the day, he's a comedian. I remember just recently I was watching, and I wish I could find it, but it was a video from Martin Lawrence. He was at his one of his stand-up comedy shows, and it was a guy in the front row, and the guy had on these really thick ass glasses. Mind you, when I was a kid, I had glasses that was thick like that. Like, because my eyes were bad. Like, I did eye surgeries when I was 21 to correct my vision. So Martin Lawrence, he's like, "Yo, what the fuck is that on your face, bro?" And the
keep
whole
talking.
class,
I'm going to the bathroom.
the whole crowd was laughing. Like, mind you, they don't know why that guy was wearing glasses that thick. They don't know what type of struggles that man went through with having to have to wear those thick ass glasses to begin with. Because my mama, she put me in contact lenses at the age of 6. And she put me in contact lenses because I don't know, I guess she felt like it was better for me, and I'm glad she did, because people are mean. Like, people sit there and joke about your thick ass glasses because they don't know what it's like to actually be in those glasses. So if you could sit there, you could joke about somebody who has bad eyes, and then to the point where they got eyeglass prescription that's thick as like a fucking aquarium, an aquarium fish tank glass. It's like what makes joking about alopecia off limits, you know? So honestly, in my eyes, I don't feel like, oh yeah, he was out of line for his joke. He made a joke, and it wasn't a joke where he dragged it, meaning like he ain't sit there and say, "Oh, your bullheaded ass." He didn't do anything that was too out of line to pretty much like disrespect her. He didn't sit on the topic of trying to talk about her bullhead for too long. He made a small little joke They should have laughed it off and then went on about their business. There was nothing in his joke that basically would have gave Will Smith the right to be like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna slap the shit out of this nigga for violating my wife. To me, it wasn't that serious at all. It
Yeah,
really,
but you
really
can't
wasn't.
tell people how to feel.
You're right. You can't tell people how to feel. But if she would have got up and slapped him, okay, Will had no business to get up and slap him. And mind you, not even,
True,
no. Let's
true.
rewind it. Will Smith was laughing before
Yeah,
he got up
okay,
and slapped
okay,
him.
yeah, okay. Now that's another thing.
So that was the other thing. It wasn't like he said it, he was immediately mad. He was laughing, he turned and saw his wife was mad, he got up and he went and slapped him. Yo, if he didn't laugh at first, I would have been like, "Oh yeah, he really like knows that he probably is up with her crying at night when she goes through what she goes through." But I honestly could tell you, like, if it was me and I wasn't comfortable with my bullhead and I didn't want nobody commenting on it, I'm gonna put a wig on my head so that this
No,
way you could avoid the topic altogether. Because if it's people who have perfectly healthy hair and they still wear hair on top of their hair, why would you not want to wear a wig? You
but
know?
but did you see the after clip when Will went to go sit down? Jada was laughing. So
Which at the
she
end of
didn't
the
find
day,
she didn't find the joke funny. Will came back and sat down. You can see her belly laughing. Ha ha! I didn't think that shit was funny, but my nigga slapped the fuck out of you. Ha ha ha! But then now here's where people have a problem with Jada. In the statement that she put out, it didn't seem like she was really, defending Will. You know what I
yeah, they're saying that she's basically not defending Will, but then at the same time, she's another one that's contradicted. Like they do shit that's
But you
contradicted.
wanted him to slap the shit out of Chris Rock, but you're not gonna defend
She
him?
it's not that she wanted him to do it. He took it upon himself. But the
I
fact is
think
that she did laugh about it. She didn't even look at him like, nigga, why did you do that? You know? She
yeah, but before he
literally
got up,
laughed about it
people
too.
were
This
saying like before he got up, she gave him a look like you better handle that shit.
um,
And that's why he got up. He got up real quick because it was only a couple of seconds. All Will had to do was laugh, look at Jada like, oh, damn, you didn't find that funny. And she looked at him like, nigga, don't even fucking play with me. You're going to let this motherfucker talk about me and then going to laugh in my motherfucking face in front of millions of fucking people. You better handle that shit. Like, that's everybody feels like that's what the fuck happened. Like, that's what that look from Jada to Will meant. Now, Will played that shit off completely fucking wrong because I think he had to bounce back because he was laughing at his wife. He was laughing at a joke about his wife.
he
And
was.
he had to show, oh, I ain't no bitch. I'm gonna defend my woman. Let me hit this nigga on national fucking television in front of millions of people.
And
Yeah.
my thing is that with them and their careers and all they have going on, they should have known that that wasn't the smartest move to make. Like that wasn't the smartest. Like the thing is that he could have been arrested for
You
what
know
he
what?
did.
That's another thing. So let's get on that.
Yeah, let's get on what happened after as a result of him deciding to go ahead and slap somebody.
Let's talk about that. And go ahead and pull up the video clip real quick because what did happen, a lot of people, oh, was it a joke? Was it a skit? Like he actually committed fucking assault. He did
Yep.
commit assault. Okay, I'm about to. Do you see it? Oh wait, you don't see it. Hold on.
No. Mm-mm.
So Will Packer, black man, directed the Oscars for the first fucking time. It was Will Smith's first Oscar, Will Packer's first time directing the Oscars, plus the first time a black man directed the Oscars. I don't know why I'm putting a T in it.
Mm-hmm.
Of this year's Oscars. How did Chris think? Speaks out. The LAPD came and needed to talk to Chris. It sounds like Chris Rock had.
Wait, what happened? Oh.
Damn, that was it. I thought it'd be a little bit more.
Mm.
Hold on, I'm trying to get his full statement. Uh, okay. I think I got it.
Office and spoke teasingly to TJ Holmes, saying the LAPD came to his office and spoke to Rock.
They were saying, you know,
I'm playing something, or you're trying to find it?
No, that was it. Basically, he was just saying that, shit, you heard what the fuck he said. Chris Rock didn't want to press charges at the moment,
Yeah, basically, I heard that Chris Rock didn't want to press charges,
but
and I
the
heard that
LAPD, huh?
they supposedly they fixed they squashed their beef or whatever the case was.
Which was a lie.
You
Everybody
think
else
so?
coming out saying that they squashed the beef, and they really didn't. They never even talked after that. But the LAPD did give Chris Rock the option to come in and file a police report after the fact. Like, he probably didn't want to do it because they're in the middle of the fucking Oscars, but
Hmm.
they did say that he can come in and file a police report and press charges. But here's my thing: it's assault on national TV. Can't the DA press charges on their own? That's what a lot of states do. A lot
Mm.
of DAs do. They just
But I think
without the
that I really think that the person would have to be willing to testify, and if the person is not willing to testify, then you have no case. You get it?
testify for what? The shit is on camera.
I know. How much stuff be on camera, and they still gotta go through the whole,
Right.
process of. But when they doing like it's proof there, like it'd be a whole bunch of proof
That's
that
true.
something was done. Even like with the George Zimmerman, it wasn't on camera, but it was a fact that George Zimmerman killed Trayvon Martin. He pulled the trigger. Like that was never a question. It was
Uh,
trying to figure out whether or not he could criminally be charged with something, which he wasn't, as guilty as he was.
another example is the R. Kelly piss on you case.
But he did time for that though.
He's doing time for it now. I mean, he got
Back
arrested
then,
for
wasn't
it,
he in
but
jail and he got out back
even,
then?
even though the little girl was on the video, her and her family were paid off, and because they didn't come into court, he got off on that technicality. So I guess they don't really need, the people there to press charges, but will it stick? I don't know. Okay, so now Will Smith, let me go ahead and share my screen because now Will Smith has a whole bunch of disciplinary actions against him. Let me see.
you see where the
I'm so sick of. Let me take this bullshit off of here. Oh no, not this tab. Oh Lord, what the fuck? Oh, my bad. I'm thinking y'all can still see the tabs that I'm sharing. Let me see it. There actually something came out about Will Smith right before we went live. Right before we went live. Okay, so here's another video. And I hope this chick doesn't mind us reacting to her video because she gives really good information. She stays really up to date with everything.
Are you sharing the mountain? Oh, there you go.
That is going that they are going to be moving up their disciplinary hearing on whatever. So today the Academy announced that they are going to be moving up their disciplinary hearing on whatever
Huh?
Can you put it on 1.25 speed?
Oh, yeah.
sanctions or anything else further that is going to be against Will Smith. It says the following. This is from CNN. It says the Board of Governors for the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences has moved up its planned date to decide on possible sanctions against Will Smith for slapping Chris Rock at this year's Oscar ceremony. I'm calling a board meeting for this Friday morning, April 8th at 9 a.m. Pacific time, rather than the previously scheduled April 18th meeting. So this is 10 days in advance, 10 days earlier, to address possible sanctions for Will Smith in response to his actions during the Oscars broadcast on March 27th. Academy President David Rubin stated in a letter obtained by CNN on Wednesday, the April 18th date was set in accordance with California law and our standards of conduct because our agenda included possible suspension or expulsion of Mr. Smith from membership, the letter reads. We were required to provide Mr. Smith 15 days prior to the board meeting at such which action might be taken, and also give him the opportunity to provide the board with a written statement no less than 5 days prior to that meeting. According to the letter, in light of Will Smith resigning from the Academy last Friday, suspension or expulsion are no longer a possibility, and the legally prescribed timetable no longer applies. It is in the best interest of all involved for this to be handled in a timely fashion. Smith slapped Rock after the comic and actor made a joke from the Oscar stage about Jada Pinkett Smith's close cropped hair. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. Rock said while presenting the award for Best Documentary. Smith then walked on stage, struck Rock, then walked back to his seat and yelled to the comic, keep my wife's name out your bleeping mouth. Not long after that, Will Smith won Best Actor for his role in King Richard. I think they have already made their decision, to be honest with you guys. I think when Will Smith announced his resignation from the Academy last week, that the Board of Governors already know what decision they're going to make. Had Will not resigned, they were likely going to ban him, right? Or, ban him for life or ban him for X amount of years, possibly take away his Oscar. But because he was proactive and decided to resign, either they made him resign or his people, had him resign. Basically, really at this point, they really can only do at this point is fine him or fine him and or take away his Oscar. Like that's really the only things that are left at this point, because how are you going to suspend somebody or expel somebody that has resigned that's no longer a member, right? Just like with school, right? If I'm no longer enrolled in your school, you can't suspend me or expel me because I'm no longer a student at your school, right? But if I was still a student at your school and I was waiting on a hearing to find out what disciplinary action would be taken, then suspension and expulsion is still on the table. You see what I'm saying? See the analogy there? Even though this is on a much higher scale, huge amount of implications, but we will see how far this is going to go, if this may extend to some of the other organizations and things of that nature, or if this will strictly just be related to the Oscars. At the end of the day, even though Will Smith did resign, he still is eligible to be nominated for Oscars in the future, but I think at this point we're just looking at a heavy fine of some sort, and maybe they'll say, hey, you're not allowed to become a member of the Academy until 10 years from now or something like that, right? But they can't suspend or expel him now because he's no longer a member, right? Like the school analogy, essentially. So that is where we are. Pretty much, hopefully we get this nipped in the bud by this Friday. Even with this, you guys, we're still going to be talking about it, because we're going to be talking about whether or not whatever penalties, whatever sanctions, whatever comes up on Friday, was it too much? Was it too little? Is this finally going to disappear? And we will see. But I think at this point, they're just giving him a large fine of some capacity. or maybe correlating to how many of the 66 FCC complaints existed, maybe computing that to a certain dollar amount of what they're going to fine Will Smith, and then deciding on whether or not they're going to take his Oscar. But I feel like they won't take his Oscar, one, because Whoopi is head of the Academy of the Actors branch and basically already confirmed that wasn't going to happen, and two, Will Smith resigned, which I think part of that resignation was, hey, if you do not resign, you risk losing your Oscar. So I think he resigned to keep his Oscar. But really, at this point, we just really are waiting on a fine of some sort and how long he's not allowed to be a member of the Oscars. Like, if he's ever able to apply and be a member of the Academy again, I think that'll probably be that in terms of, restrictions. Like, maybe they'll give him a 5 or 10-year ban or something that he can't be a member for. So we'll see what takes place. But but that is all my thoughts. What do you guys think?
And that's all speculation. We just gonna wait and see what happens, basically.
Yeah, but the way they moved the appointment up, what was that for?
I guess so people could. I think because if it wasn't for that, people wouldn't stop talking about it. It's going to be long and drawn out.
It really was.
But
like,
after this,
why make him wait for to find him?
And my thing is that I get what she's saying, because that was the other thing that I was thinking, because how he said, keep my wife after name out your mouth. Like the cursing, they're not supposed to curse, because of the fact that it was like supposedly live television.
But they bleeped it out. But but because of Japan, they were watching it over in other countries. Of course, they're gonna upload it within seconds, within minutes. Like, oh, y'all want to bleep it out over in America? We're not bleeping it out over here. Here's the uncensored. So he still cursed on national TV, but it was bleeped out. Well, that can't be the reason why they're finding him, because they caught it, and the FCC can't fine him for that. So it's obviously because of the assault on television.
But the thing is that they can't collect the check when they weren't quote unquote assaulted. If anything, if they collected any money, they need to make sure Chris Rock get a check too, because if Chris Rock wasn't even suing and he's the one that actually got embarrassed and got slapped in real life, then how can y'all collect funds when y'all not the ones who actually took a hit? Like,
Did you see Chris Rock's family all over the internet threatening Will and shit, like, hit me, motherfucker?
Yep, his brother.
My brother. Oh my gosh. Because they're from Brooklyn. They're from where y'all at.
Yeah.
They're from where y'all at. So, you hit Brooklynite. You hit every Brooklynite.
Yeah. I was just surprised, but I'm like, it takes a lot to basically get hit and then not, hit back.
Oh yeah, he was very professional. But fuck with me, I'd have kicked you in the back of your head while you was walking up the stage.
But I still don't get that. I personally don't feel that joke was that extreme. I just really don't think so. I'm like, if he would have said, "Oh, your bald-headed ass," yeah, okay. But he just said G.I. Jane, bitch. Like about 50% of the people didn't know she was struggling with alopecia. 50% of the people didn't even get the joke because I didn't get the fucking joke. Yo,
I seen a post on Facebook where this chick, she was a hairstylist, and she deals with a lot of alopecia. She made a post talking about how Jada could be lying, how it doesn't look like alopecia. Like, we can't really, tell. We don't know what the fuck is going on with her medical.
Yeah, we won't know.
But it went that far. Like, people was talking about, like, damn, does she really have alopecia, or did she just cut her hair because of stress?
But another thing is that I know some people have acne and they know they don't like how their skin looks, so they wear makeup, right?
Yeah.
So I don't get if you really didn't, because I'm sure if she had a wig on, he could have never made that joke. And my thing is that if she didn't wear a wig, if she was so comfortable, then him making that joke should not have affected her, especially if she already told herself that she's comfortable and she likes the way she looks. Some people, she could have not had alopecia and she could have been rocking a bald head because she wanted to rock a bald head,
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyways, that's that.
Well, let's get on to these damn what was we going to talk about, the Grammys? What happened?
Yeah, we're just gonna touch base on the Grammys. It's not really much to say about the Grammys aside from the big controversy where they gave the best reggae album or the best
Oh yeah.
reggae artist to a group of Caucasians from Virginia. That was the, mind you, in the nominees, there was Spice, which she was on Love and Hip Hop. She's a Jamaican. There was also, I think Sean Paul and Shaggy, if I'm not mistaken. But those are like well-known reggae artists, and for them to turn around and give it to an all Caucasian group that's not one of them are Jamaican, they're from Virginia. Like that was just a big shocker.
I of course I got a video.
Okay.
Share my tab.
Remember in the days we used to watch Buju Banton, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh.
Buju Banton, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh. People, welcome to Rice TV Entertainment. First of all, I know a lot of Jamaicans kind of upset. I know a lot of Jamaicans not really understand what I want. I know a lot of Jamaicans not familiar with the group. I know a lot of Jamaicans not familiar with Soulja. Zimiase or Soulja. Now, people, I never know them myself. I never know one member from the group, and I was surprised this group won. You see me, I said the Grammy Award for Best Reggae Album. No, people, while doing some research, I understand, I get to understand why. And as long as you stay tuned, you can understand as well. People, this is Spice Rocks to Soulja winning the Grammy Award for Best Reggae Album. And she had this to say. You understand? Definitely. Stay tuned.
Oh, where the jungle, donga, bongo, donga, one. You don't subscribe to Rice TV. Move from there. Quack, 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 quack. Fully salt.
See it in the past like I feel it in my mind.
Based reggae band. You understand, my people? They won the Grammy Award for Best Reggae Album and basically left the whole of the Jamaican artists speechless. You understand? Because we don't know. We think one of our one them would have win, like the Spice or the Sean Paul or Jesse Royal. You see me, I say? One of them. And basically, Soulja did all this with a 13-track album entitled Beauty in the Silence. You don't know, while winning and all that, them stuff, you don't know, tribute or big up Jamaica. Them must say, big up, you don't know.
Okay, I'm not trying to be offensive or anything, but what the hell is he saying?
I was gonna ask you if you understand what he's saying. But basically,
what he's saying.
So basically, he was just saying how pretty much a lot of the Jamaican community feels offended based upon the fact that, more people would have expected for someone like Spice, or basically what I was saying, Spice or Shaggy to have gotten the award. He was like, he's one of those people who never heard of them before. I was wanting to see because he said Spice said something. I thought that was going to come up. But he's like, Spice spoke on it. But honestly, I like basically everything I was saying. It's like how in the world do y'all give this award to a group? And he basically he didn't touch base on the fact that they're Caucasian, but he showed the pictures, which I can see from the pictures. The group of the Caucasian people, that's who actually won the award for Best Reggae Album. And it's like, how does that even happen? Like, I'm confused. I just never heard of them. You ever heard of that group before? Because I definitely.
Hey, I don't listen to reggae or reggaeton. The little bit I do listen to,
but you know Spice and you know Sean Paul. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
He showed up on Love and Hip Hop because I was still paying attention to it a little bit because I would go on YouTube and listen to the 90s reggaeton that we grew up on, and she would come up in the suggestions. So I was like, who the hell is this? She had a music video where she was on the elevator and she was doing it to some guy on the elevator. I was like, damn, already? But then she recently she had that song go viral talking about Kim Kardashian, her poom poom. Rob Kardashian, his poom poom. Black China.
It's crazy. That's the only reason why I even understand the drama between them, because she basically explained it.
You don't understand. You didn't understand that shit all these years.
Nah, I didn't understand it. But then she broke it down, and I'm like, So Black China was with Tyga.
Was between Black China's family, Kylie and Jordan, and all them niggas.
Yeah, so Black China was with Tyga, right? Let me just make sure I got it now. I think I got it. She was with Tyga, and then
Yeah.
basically Kylie ended up getting with Tyga. So then basically Black China went and got with
While she
Kylie's
was a
brother.
teenager. While she was still a teenager.
Mm.
And then, so I guess because Black China and Kim were friends, so Black China is like, "Oh, bitch, your sister just gonna take my nigga? Okay, I'm gonna fuck your brother and have a baby by him."
You know, it's so crazy because Black China, speaking, you know, it's crazy how we getting on this Black China shit, but she was trending recently because she was like, she had to sell or let go or give up 3 of her vehicles because she doesn't get child support. Only for the baby daddies to clap back and be like, "Oh, I got my kids 6 out of the 7 days a week and I pay for their school fees." If the kids don't even live with you for more than 50% of the time, why do you feel like you're entitled to any type of child support? Like, make it make sense. She only be with her kids 1 day a week, and then the fathers pay for their school fees. So why do you need child support for the 1 day a week you have them? Like, make it make sense, because it doesn't.
I don't know. I don't know what the hell Black China got going on. I don't know if she really has money like that.
Nope. They said she's suing Kim. Who's she suing? Kim and somebody else, one of the other sisters.
The whole fucking family. The mama too. Hell
Yeah, because she giving up her car. She complaining about not getting child support for the kids that she only have 1 day a week. And then she's suing them. So she must really be going through something financially.
Well, if that's the case, then I don't know what to tell Black China. There's nothing wrong with downsizing your lifestyle. Stop trying to put on. Like, she makes a lot of money, but the cost of her living is probably over the cost of
what the hell she got 3 vehicles for anyway? And she was like, I think it was 3 vehicles that she said she had to give up. And I'm like, what the hell do you even need 3 vehicles for?
Exactly. But I don't know. Girl, shit. Black China, get it together, honey, because they out here making you look like a bad mom. Remember when Black China was at that damn theme park with Dream and the boyfriend at the time? Because she was dating some old young nigga back then. And the fans were kind of like trying to walk up and take pictures with her. And she swung her baby's toy. Girl.
Wasn't she also in the airport, like during COVID, not wearing a mask because she was wilding out or some shit?
Hell yeah, she was.
Yeah.
But you know what?
They're not making her seem like a bad mom. She making herself seem like a bad mom.
Yeah, but
she be doing too much.
Have you seen Tokyo Tony, my nigga? Have you seen Tokyo Tony?
Is that the one who was on Love and Hip Hop too?
No, her mom, Tokyo Tony.
Oh, was that her mother was the one who used to always be talking shit about her, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's where she gets that shit from. And Tokyo Tony, and she is just horrible. Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that was all of our topics. Yes. It was a good show. And we will see y'all next week.
Sounds good. Well, let's do the outro.
All right, y'all. Be blessed. Stay black. And fuck the police. Because obviously, shit ain't gonna change.
Yep. Good night, guys.
All right. We will see y'all next week.
All right. Bye.
Where in the world is all the time? So many things I still don't know. So many times I've changed my mind. Guess I was born to make mistakes, but I ain't scared to take the way. So when I stumble off the path, I know my heart will guide me back. Yeah. Ooh, hey, I'm trying a wrong turn back there somewhere. Ooh, hey, ooh, I'm trying to decide which way to go. I think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere. And didn't you know, didn't you know? Tried to move, but I lost my way. Didn't you know, didn't you know? Stop to watch my emotions sway. Didn't you know, didn't you know? Knew the toll, but I would not pay. Didn't you know, didn't you know? See, you never know where the cards may lay.